Welcome to the new party. I'm Nora Christine.
I'm Gray Mars.
And I'm D White.
Today on the new party, we have an interview that we're going to show clips of with Gen Zer, social media influencer, Adin Ross, and Donald Trump. Gray, go ahead and tell us who Adin Ross is.
Adin Ross got popular from the platform Twitch, where he would play video games, and then he started interviewing people. So he interviewed the far right nationalist Nick Fuentes, and he interviewed Charleston White. So like very controversial figures. He tried to interview Kanye, but Kanye said, "I'm not gonna let you Jews control what I say." So he goes out, he tries to get the most controversial figures and interview them, but he's very popular with the young demographic. It was actually Barron Trump, Trump's youngest son, who actually told him to go do the interview.
Yes, Barron and him are friends. The biggest thing is he was involved um, by interviewing Andrew Tate. Um, and when on the interview, Andrew Tate said he was leaving Romania, and that's what prompted the arrest of him. Have you heard
Right.
of this story?
Yeah, yeah, I've heard about it.
Yeah. So due to that, they got him locked up. So that's kind of where Adin Ross is for our fans that don't know who Adin Ross was. I never heard of the guy before this. But after doing research, he has 5 million subscribers. So shouts out to his friends and his fans. I mean, if you guys can become subscribers of us, we really appreciate it. So he did an interview yesterday. I think it's already hit a million views. And he interviewed Donald Trump, and so now we're going to share the interview with you. The first big thing was he gave him some gifts, and we'll show you the gifts at the end, what he gave Donald Trump. It was pretty interesting. But the first clip that I'm going to play is, what did Biden think of them replacing, what did Trump think of them replacing Biden? Let's watch that.
Yeah.
So pretty much, Trump thinks that he was asked to step. He was forced out. Gray, what do you think? Do you think that Biden was forced out, or do you? I mean, or do you think he opted not to run?
First, I want to applaud Donald Trump for going there. There's a video of Charlemagne the guy from the Breakfast Club saying that um, I love that Trump did this. Even though people say young people don't vote, he's actually like engaging with these people. Do I know both of y'all think that Joe Biden didn't want to step down? I think to some degree he didn't want to step down, but I think if he would have watched his own performance, he would have understood I need to step down. And with the momentum that Kamala has after he stepped down, it was for the best of the party. So even if he didn't want it to do it, I know Nancy Pelosi saying that she didn't tell him to do it, but it was the best thing to happen. What do you think, D?
I think prior to Biden stepping down, no one liked Kamala. No one. Not people in her party. American people didn't like her. She was polling terrible because they ran mock polls before he stepped down. I think that Nancy Pelosi, uh, Obama, and a couple other high Dems came in there with bats, chains, and told Biden, "Listen, we're going to do this one way or the other." And and I think that he fell in line because I mean, if you look at the energy of Joe Biden, he told them, "If you guys want me to step down, you got to beat me. Come, primary against me." He told them, "I ran, I got these votes, and I'm not leaving. I'm not stepping down. I won," which he did. But after the debate, they came out. They told him, "Look, man, Joe, you got to go." He left. So I definitely think that he
Joe,
was
you
forced
gotta
out.
go.
Yeah.
So not only did he interview him, I found this clip here. He's supporting his entire campaign. I mean, this is pretty serious. I can't post it, but there's a picture that I found where it says that he donated $2.2 million to the Make America Great Again campaign. $2 million. This is big, y'all. I mean, if he not only interviewed him, he said on there, I'm supporting you. He had the hat on and everything. He said, and he was like, I've had interviewed friends of mine, and they won't even say they're supporting me. So for you to come out and say this is huge.
No, not
So
supporting. He told him to vote for him.
yeah, he's okay. Yeah, not
Yeah,
even just that. He
yeah,
said you need to vote for him.
yes, correct.
So I mean, this is pretty big. Another clip that I have is Trump's response to how the NAPJ interview that he did went last week. We did a video on this, so shouts out to everyone that watched it. If not, it's on there where we talked about how Trump was treated when he went to the NABJ convention, and they touch on it here. Gray, is this when you said you felt like he was trolling him?
Adin Ross is a big troller. Like, for example, we did a video of Charleston White. So, like, him and Charleston White are good buddies. And he asked Lil Boosie did, and if our viewers don't know, Lil Boosie's a rapper. He asked Lil Boosie to come do an interview. Then he tried to trick him and have Charleston White there. And they don't get along. So, he's a big troller. So that's one of the big things where I would say that Trump should tread lightly, because a lot of these guys who are content creators are trying to get the most views and doing some of the most outlandish stuff just so that they can get the views and the money. So that's what I was pointing out. Now showing the if you have the Cybertruck
I
video
have it.
where I feel like he was trolling. Well, what do you think, D?
I actually think Aiden, he is correct. Aiden is a big troll, but I watched this whole interview from start to end, and I don't feel that way at all. I think that Aiden Ross definitely 100% believes in Trump. I don't know if it's, I mean, if there's monetary reason behind it. I doubt that, because he was donating before the interview. He was already donating to his cause.
I think they're
Um,
friends. I think he's buddies with Barron, like because they're
yeah, with his
friends.
son.
They're from
Yeah, and
So for those of you that don't know too, Aiden is from Boca, and I'm from South Florida. Boca is right by West Palm, where Mar-a-Lago is.
hmm Yeah, and I think that Barron was a genius for advising his dad to go here, because, like you say, Aiden he has 5 million subscribers. All of them aren't old enough to vote, but I guarantee you a bunch of them are old enough to vote. And like I say, that endorsement he didn't give an endorsement. He didn't say I'm supporting Trump. He said I'm supporting Trump, and you should vote for him. For a lot of young kids, that's all they need to vote for Trump. It's just some guy who they really like or really admire, who they strive to be on the level of Adin Ross, telling them that this is the guy, this is who you need to go vote for. And I guarantee you, a lot of them do it. And Aiden's base is mostly like it's like 85% male, and they found that young men are starting to trend a lot more conservative, well, not just conservative, Republican, versus the young females are super liberal, but I was watching, I think it was Fox News this morning, and they're saying that this is the first time in like 40 something years that the youth identify Republican for the males at this high of a rate. So I'm glad that he did it, and I hope he gets some of the votes out of it.
Let's show the clip on the Cybertruck gift that he was given that Gray is referring to. He gifted him with this. So Gray feels like he was trolling him with the fact check thing.
I definitely think he was trolling him, and I think he was saying like little things to try to like do the third wall through the camera of trying to be funny. So I study these content creators, and I think they try to do little things to try to be like, look, I'm really picking on him, but he think that I'm talking about, I'm actually on his side. So I think it's some parts of the video he was trolling, and he's a known troller, and I do still think it was smart he went there, but I think it was a few innuendos in there. What about you, D?
I mean, that's possible, but I just personally, I don't see it. I think that Aiden was being genuine in the conversation. He kept telling Mr. Trump, how much he admires him, and how that he fights for the country and he supports him. And his parents are Trump supporters also. So I just don't think that he get him there. He bought him a Rolex, he bought him a Cybertruck. He donated millions of dollars to his campaign. I'm pretty sure that Aiden is really a Donald Trump supporter, and he's friends with his son. So
He's friends with his
that go,
son.
yeah, that goes somewhere.
So another thing that they did was they played a little game where he showed him people's faces and he said what he thinks about them. He showed him Kanye's face, and what was the one word do you think came to mind for Kanye?
Genius.
Well,
Anti-Semitic.
Okay, anti-Semitic. Let's see what he said.
so he's very complicated. Let's say complicated because he is. He's a really nice guy, but he can get himself into trouble, and he can get some other people. But he's
So he said he's complicated with a good heart.
Right, and I want
Yep,
to point out that Adin Ross is Jewish, and the reason he
correct.
did it, yeah, interview Kanye is because Kanye insulted Jews on the phone call he had with him. So that's why I say in some ways that I think he's trolling. Like I think, but as far as Trump, I know him and Kanye once had a good relationship, and he kind of distanced himself from him. What were you gonna say, D? I didn't mean to interrupt you.
Oh, that's fine. I think that Trump chose great words right there. He didn't bash him. He didn't support him. He said, he's a complicated guy with a good heart. I think that goes to show that once you're on Trump's good side, he stands by you. Because he could have used that as an opportunity to bash him and maybe get good graces from Jewish Americans or the Jewish people. Period.
Even the
And he
black
didn't.
community, because I think
Yeah.
Kanye's excommunicated it. He lost his black card for a little bit.
Yeah, so I'm glad that he chose his words very carefully right there. Usually, Trump's famous for putting his foot in his mouth. I'm just glad he didn't
Yeah.
do it in that opportunity.
The next person he showed was Gavin Newsom. What do you think he said about Gavin Newsom?
California's trash.
He's a
That's
scumbag,
what
probably.
he,
Well, it's very interesting what this young Gen Xer had to say about California. I think that was the interesting part of this clip, and I'll play it for you guys.
having new scum. You spelled it. No, you spelled
Scum.
his last name.
So I guess the clip didn't play, unfortunately, but something that Aiden Ross said that was important to me is he basically said that he thinks California is disgusting right now. And he's very disappointed what Gavin Newsom's done to the area. That's not safe there. And, he's basically ran it into the ground. Gray, what do you think about that as he's a Democratic governor?
as a Floridian, I mean, I love Florida, but I mean, I've been in California. I like California too. And as far as like the way that it is, you wouldn't be able to tell a big difference. Very diverse states, even though one is red and one is blue. Um, I think Gavin Newsom gets a lot of flack, but I know people personally that moved from somewhere else and moved to California, and they were able to get government assistance or get help and easily get a job there. And California adds the most money to the economy than any other state. So I think he gets a lot of flack. And Donald Trump's son, Don Jr., is dating his ex. So I think some of that is personal. That's basically what I think. What do you think, D?
I think that California is. I mean, like you said, people moved there and they were able to get government assistance easily. Yeah, that's great. If you want welfare, California's the place to go. 100%. That's why California has 3/4 of America's homeless population. 3/4 of it. You know, it's the way they're running the state is not going to last long. There's a mass exodus out of California. Businesses are leaving. People are leaving. This is the first time. I think it was 2021. It was 2021 to 2022 was the first time they had a net loss of people. Where more people left California than moved in. And I think if they continue to run it like they're currently running it, California won't be the shining hill on the city that people think that it is.
Right. And D White brought up a good point. I want to ask y'all opinion on this. Did you guys hear about them clearing out the tent cities in California? Did y'all hear about that?
No.
Yeah, I
You
heard
heard
that they
about
did
it?
it when the Chinese president came over. When she came, yeah, they cleaned up California, got rid of a lot of homeless people, cleaned the streets up, and all kind of stuff. When she came over.
Well, I guess they're saying that it has to be gone. And Trump went on True Social and was saying that Gavin Newsom's trying to do it because Kamala's running now, so he's trying to clean up California prior because of she's from California.
Yeah.
So that was one of the things that you just reminded me of that. Um,
What do you think? What do you think the motivation is, Gray?
it could be that. I mean, like I think that they that like it's like with everything we're on the internet now and Amazon. I feel like all these empty malls across the country, you could house the homeless population. I know it's a lot of people, veterans and different people with mental health diseases that need help. So I will hope that we can find a use. I don't know if y'all remember a few years ago when it was like in Chicago where it was the freezing temperatures and they were freezing on the streets. I don't know
Hmm.
the cure for homelessness, but I think it's a solvable issue with America being the richest country in the world.
Well, we definitely should be solving that versus letting our borders be free and open, but that's another discussion for another day, I guess. Let's see what he had to say about AOC. Oh no. So pretty much he said she's fake, but she sparkles.
I'm
Gray, what do you
shocked.
think? Is that huh?
I'm shocked to hear that from Trump. It seems like Trump actually likes AOC more than you guys. I would have expected him to say something derogatory towards her, but she, like Trump said, she has her lane. She knows her lane, and she stays in her lane. And that's basically what I would say about her: is that she is a progressive. She feels like she's the heir to the progressive movement. What about you, D?
Yeah, yeah, I agree with you. I think that like he said, she's fake, but she knows it. She knows she's fake. She's playing her role. She's like you say, she's staying in her lane, and she's a master at it. So I don't think that she has to change at all because the people who she's playing to love this tune.
So yeah. I mean, Gray, what else stood out for you in the interview before we close out?
Like I said, I like that Trump is, even though I'm not voting for Trump, that he's actually making waves on platforms and going to go talk to what's Jake Paul brother name? His
Logan.
brother
Logan Paul.
Logan Paul. He went on Logan Paul. We did his. He went on Adin Ross. So Trump is actually out there trying to like reach out to people. And normally Republicans don't. They get the older voters, and Trump is transforming the Republican Party where he's going after younger voters. And I think Kamala Harris should take notes. You should either try and go get older voters, or you should also engage with younger voters. So I think Trump is a modern president in that way, as far as how he uses social media, as far as the people he's willing to go and deal with. So to me, this was a win for Trump.
Yeah, and
What
I
about
like that Trump also said that he's going to save TikTok. Did you see that? He's going to get all the
Yeah.
Gen Z voters now. He said he's going to save
He did the
TikTok.
TikTok dance with him.
Yeah.
right?
So let us know what you think in the chat. Does this change anything for the Gen Z? Will Trump win the Gen Z vote? Did you guys watch the interview? What were your favorite parts? Great. Any closing words?
Like, share, subscribe. What about
Like,
you,
share,
D?
subscribe.
Yep. Always vote.
Always vote.
Always vote.